This International Women's Day theme is Choose to Challenge. Throughout my life, I've been inspired by women who've chosen to challenge the status quo and smash glass ceilings. Jo Cox is my inspiration every day. I definitely would not have had the confidence to say yes when asked if I'd step up and stand in Batley and Spen if she hadn't encouraged me and suggested I think about a career in politics. Mo Molam, she did politics in a different way, using her compassion, powers of persuasion, straight talking to bring peace to Northern Ireland. And of course, young women like Malala and Greta Thunberg showing enormous courage, speaking truth to power. And finally, my mum, Betty Brabin, a proud, determined Yorkshire woman who, when times were tough, set up a business in Birstall to make sure our family had food on the table during difficult times. To every woman who's chosen to challenge, thank you. And here's a few of my friends and colleagues letting us know which women inspired them.
My inspiration for International Women's Day is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was a pioneer for gender equality and women's rights.
Maya Angelou has inspired me to choose to challenge trials and hardships with a positive attitude and to never give up. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air, I'll rise.
My inspiring Yorkshire woman for International Women's Day 2021 is Alison Drake. She was born, grew up here in Castleford, lived here all of her life and set up the Castleford Heritage Group that's taken over this Queen's Mill where I'm standing now, which has become a real community hub, supporting people through lockdown, helping people across the community and celebrating our history here in Castleford, but also with a vision for the future. She was amazing, Alison. She sadly died 2 years ago, but we remember her still, and she's been a great inspiration for very many more women here too.
When I was a student nurse and a newly qualified nurse, I worked with someone called Jackie. Jackie was managing the service that I worked in, and she was doing this while being a single mum and putting herself through university, and also being one of the most caring, professional and knowledgeable nurses I think I've ever come across. Jackie managed to support all the patients that we were looking after, support all the staff that we worked with, and also the relatives of the families that we worked with. She was a true inspiration and somebody that taught me to push myself much further than I ever thought possible.
There are many inspiring women. Dame Kelly Holmes really comes to mind. She chooses to challenge people to be the best that they can, to learn, to grow and to develop.
I'm inspired most by the women around me. They're so strong, consistently and continuously fighting for a better world.
A woman who inspires me is the late Jo Cox. She dedicated her entire life to helping others, and her famous quote, "We are far more united and have far more in common than that which divides us," is more important today than ever before. I'm also inspired by her sister, Kim Leadbeater, who has continued Jo's legacy by doing amazing work in the community.
I would like to talk about two women who've really inspired me. The first is Amika George, who initiated, led and succeeded in her period poverty campaign. The second is my constituent, Claire Mercer, whose husband was killed on the M1 stretch of Smart motorway 18 months ago. Both of them came from a very personal place. Both of them were utterly determined, and both of them looked to see who they could stand in solidarity with to get the changes that they need.